So the next one will be, I will be touching on, when we talk about education ecosystem, lecturers alone, we cannot rely on the lecturers alone to actually provide a proper and well-rounded education. And we have been talking about industry engagement, community engagement, and roles that government agencies. I think we are very fortunate. Ministry of Higher Education have always been very supportive in providing the platform for industries and the communities to engage with the universities. I think universities must be able to to follow through with this, at least with Minister of Higher Education. But I think many other agencies like MDEC, uh, are already trying to play their role in order to provide a better learning opportunities. And this morning as well, we overheard at least Professor Richard Elder mentioned about contextual. I think now this is a thing that we talk about: experiential learning, flexible learning, and contextual. And most of our lectures, I can say we need to have a greater collaborations and where this contextual learning. And we know very well that many of our lecturers, at least in Malaysia, many of us are actually fresh from PhDs, and we do not have this. And our ability to collaborate with those out there is very, very important. And that when it comes to flexible education, this is a way forward. I think the MQA, Malaysian Qualification Agency, has been providing micro credentials. I'm not very sure now to what extent our universities are actually opening this up. But I think the challenges will be greater on certification, accreditation, and recognitions of courses and programs that actually the student. When we talk about personalized education for our students, the student will be able to shop around, not just around the country, to shop around the world, what program, what courses that they can actually want to follow, and how our universities are actually recognizing those qualifications and those courses into their curriculum, into their programs. I think these are some of the challenges. We talk about this, but I'm not sure, at least before I leave the Ministry of Higher Education, I think not many are actually putting this into place. So, with all this background, thinking about what the students need and how do we actually, prepare the lecturers and the need for us to collaborate, then we talk about institutional leaderships in 2 or 3 minutes. I think that's to summarize my thoughts onto these leaderships and certainties we need. Can we move to the next slides? We definitely need, hello? Anybody helping me? So I think leadership, university or departments, university leadership need to really understand the need for changes. Yeah, I think we keep pushing the individual lecturers to change and be innovative, but how much some of our institutions have been very facilitative by providing a good learning and environment. But I think what is actually lacking, maybe the facilities are there. Conducive environments are there, but I think at least from my observations, what has been lacking is actually in the support for career growth opportunities and all. And I think there have been a lot of issues. I think Dr. Siti Hawa may come into the picture later on. Autonomy for teaching versus quality control. I think when it comes to accreditation, there are a lot of documentation that actually required. But in the days of online learning, blended learnings, and engaging outsiders like industries and community leaders, how do we actually put this autonomy versus quality control for accreditation purposes? I think most of the universities are actually scared, if they want to do anything that is actually not. But I know that having engaged with people from EAC, for example, they have been very supportive in promoting flexible learning. But how that really comes about when it comes to accreditation exercise later on, evidences that actually need to be put forward by the institutions. So I think that's conclude my 4 points discussions for the need for us to see the big pictures on the needs for our students and how our leaders need to actually be there to support these changes. And if I can go to the summary page to conclude my 15 minutes, I think the education leaders need to be very clear on the purpose of education. What I think this is just more on philosophy. Some require more skills rather than some require. So it depends on our institutions. I believe polytechnics probably require different kind of graduates, and university, research-based university probably require different kind of graduates. And I think leaders also ready to empower learning and teaching. Be open to more personalized educations. I think it's going to be more hard work for lecturers and also departments when the students are actually expecting. I think we should expect more personal demand from the students. I think the lecturers are already, not complaining, are already sharing their experiences that they would be, responding to questions, to inquiries from the students at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And the leaders need to be open with collaborative learning. I think the networking actually very much required now amongst the leaders. And I think the point number 4, when it talk about accreditations, leaders need to be very flexible yet very strong and responsive to academic governance. So it is actually quality versus flexibilities. And I think last but not least, and I think this is what has been lacking, leaders need to be accountable for excellence in teaching and provide a clear pathways, clear rewards and career pathways for people who are actually excellence. They may not be publishing in Q1, Q2 journals. They could still in innovations for teaching, but I think if they're providing a great impact and they are becoming leaders in their own right in innovations in education, I think they need to be properly accounted for in their excellence. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.